Hey, it's Clay Trader, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol CMLS. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this here may look like several days worth of time, it's actually just the past 2 days broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like to do this time frame. I think it does a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price, and then makes mapping out levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. I did this analysis yesterday, so that's where the green line and red line annotations are coming from. And this analysis now is somewhat tricky from a presentation standpoint. Not somewhat, it is tricky from a presentation standpoint because there's a whole lot of perspective that goes into this. What do I mean by that? Well, if you are a day trader and you bought right there, or maybe you bought right there and you wanted to sell within 2 minutes after buying, then yeah, for you, the chart's looking pretty rough. Now, if you care about the big picture of things, I get it. There's been a pretty big pullback. But from the grand scheme of things, the bulls do still have an opportunity to build a higher base. And as long as higher bases are being built over longer periods of time, that's how long-term uptrends are constructed. I'm going to be talking about things from a big picture perspective. So if I sound crazy calling something bullish, my guess would be you just had a much different outlook and strategy going into the trade. And before we get to kind of the overall perspective of things, let's first just do the quick update. And this update comes from a foundational rule in charting, which states when levels of support are broken and closed below, they tend to act as resistance. So this 50-cent mark, as I talked about yesterday, was a level of support, but whoops, now that the price is below it, this would be considered an area of resistance. So with any sort of bounce next week, yeah, up here around 67 cents, that's still a level of resistance, but it's literally pointless to be talking about doing battle with 68 cents, 67 cents until the price can get back up above this 50-cent mark here. So that is definitely going to be that near-term level of resistance. Why can I still say that the bulls are in full control? Well, for those of you that watched yesterday's video, you should hopefully know exactly where I'm going with this, but it's all about the purple line there, which is the famous 50-period simple moving average. And as I talked about in yesterday's video, you want to see the price stay above that level, and surprise, surprise, look right where the price decided to pause today, right there around that purple line. So just to kind of illustrate the point here, let's say that continues to happen next week. The price goes sideways right around this range. What would you have in this situation? Well, you'd have a set of lows right here. You'd have this previous set of lows down here. If you picture these as stair steps, well, you still do have overall stair steps going in the upwards direction. Again, I fully realize if you're a day trader and you bought right there, you couldn't care less about these stair steps. But that's why I try to qualify all this by saying I will be talking about things from a big picture perspective. So yeah, today wasn't the greatest, but the bulls do still have an opportunity to build a higher base. So we'll see if they can get that job done or not next week. One of the biggest questions that I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.